Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and I'm here today to do my end of the year book haul. So I don't think I've done a book haul since my birthday in October. I got a lot of books in October. With it being my birthday, it was also a romance event that I went to, and I think I got something like 38 books or something. It was ridiculous. And after that, I very much felt like, you know what? I think I need to dial down on that and put a little bit of work into not buying so many books. This looks like a huge stack here, but this is from November and December, and also a bunch of books that I had put aside that I bought earlier in the year. Some of them as far back as May, and I'd put them aside to do a historical romance haul and a non-fiction haul, and I just was waiting for enough books. But I have decided instead to just make them all into this one, and I am going to separate it between fiction and non-fiction back here, and timestamps will be down below if you want to jump around there. So we're going to jump in, and I thought I would start with 2 Christmas gifts that I have received. First up is Shipwrecked by Olivia Dade. This is the 3rd book in the Spoiler Alert series, which has been one of my favorite series this year, and I'm so excited for this book. And yes, just so excited to have this. And this one was from the lovely Mel, and I have the message here says, "Merry Christmas. This was recommended to me recently. Buddy read," from Mel. Yeah, just so excited. And I think I will probably try and read this in January or February because I'm super excited for it. But I do have some things that I still want to finish up by the end of the year. I am filming this, as per usual, like a week and a half before it goes out. So I just don't think I'm going to have time by the end of the year, and I have so many other things that I should finish. So I think this will be an early 2023 read. And then from the extremely lovely Meredith from Reading with Merb, I got The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. So, oops, where did I put the... Okay. So Meredith said, "Happy Christmas and New Year. I'm so happy that I've met you through BookTube. Thanks for all your support and being a great friend. I hope you also enjoyed this book. It's definitely high on my TBR." I got a little emotional reading that when this arrived because I really didn't expect anything, and it's so nice to just receive gifts at all. And so I just got a bit emotional and definitely teared up. And the Meredith's timing is impeccable with this because I'm waiting on my library hold for Cisneros' new poetry collection, which came out earlier this year at some point. It was in the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I was like, oh, I really want to read that author. And I happen to have an ebook. Well, my library happened to have an ebook of that. So this was really good timing. So I think I'm going to wait for that poetry collection and read that, and then I think I will try and read this one as well in early 2023. I feel like I'm going to say that with every single book here, which obviously is not going to happen, but this one is short at least. Okay, so I think I got this at the end of October. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in my haul, but if it was, apologies. But I have The Atlas Paradox by everything is falling, Olivia Blake. So this is the sequel to The Atlas 6, which I read earlier this year, earlier this year I think, and I really enjoyed it, and I was so excited for this one to be coming out. I haven't picked it up yet. I feel like possibly I might do a reread of the first one sometime again early next year, because I feel like this is one of those series that is really, like, a lot happens. There's a lot, and I feel like as well Olivia Blake really like sets things up, and you probably don't really realize until you like read this book of the things she might have set up in the first one. So with that in mind, I will probably reread that. Also, I don't really remember most of the stuff that happened. I can, you know, like think of like a few key moments and the general idea and the characters and things, but if you ask me to explain it or summarize it in any way, I wouldn't be able to. So really excited for that one though. Okay. I have Witness in Death by J.D. Robb. I got this one, I think, a week or two ago. It was $1 at an op shop. And this is, I think, book 8, 9, 10 in the In Death series. I hopefully read book 7 by this point. So I am catching up with this series. Not really. It's like a 50 book series or something now, but I am working my way through it. Only getting these secondhand if they're cheap, or otherwise I'm just going to borrow them from the library because it's such a huge series. I don't want to buy them new. And I can find a lot of them secondhand. All the ones I currently own are secondhand, so I haven't struggled so far. I just have to make sure, like I'm trying to limit which ones I'm getting to ones that are close-ish to where I'm currently at. I think I have one that's book 20 or something, but I'm trying to kind of keep them in that kind of space of a few books. So if I see one that's like, I don't know, book 34, I'm not going to get it at this stage because I don't have the room for this entire series. Okay, some historical romance here. I have The Perfect Lover and The Ideal Bride by Stephanie Lawrence. These are the ones I bought way back in May, and I've been waiting to share them in a historical romance haul. But these are the only historical romances I think I've bought since May. So that didn't really pan out, but that's fine. These are, I don't even know, I think like book 10 or something in the Sinster series, which I have been reading for a while. I think I'm on book 5. This series has like the main series, which I think is like 15 or 16 books, and then it has like a few like spin-off continuation series. So I'm trying to finish the main one, I think by the end of next year is the goal, and then I can move on to the other ones and whatnot. So I got these ones while I was up in Clunes, which is a small town that has a book festival every year here in Victoria. So I got these two, then a bunch of other things which you will have already seen in a haul. But yeah, I was holding on to these for a separate haul. Actually, I do have another historical romance. Here we go. This is A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. I bought this one recently. The start of December, I went and I met with Meredith while she was up in Melbourne, and also Zoe and Kat, and I will link everyone I talk about below. We had brunch and we hung out at Dimmicks. And I think, I don't know, Meredith and I definitely bought things, and I will link Meredith's video down below. I can't remember if Kat or Zoe bought anything, but I got this one, and I will talk about this more in January, so you'll see it again very soon, but I don't have anything to say about it yet. Okay. Okay, here's another romance. This is Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Slice. I still don't really know. This is her first ever traditionally published book. Her Bergman Brothers series, which I've talked about many times, one of my ultimate favorite series. Uh-oh. Both of my boys just came out of the room. Hey, what's up, friend? Okay. So yes, they're all indie published. This is her first traditionally published one. So excited to read this, and yeah, again, I think will be an early 2023 read. Okay, I have Laura Olympus Volume 3 by Rachel Smythe. This, I'm sure you've all heard of by now, is the beautiful graphic novel that was a webtoon about Hades and Persephone, and so I've already read this one. I loved volumes 2 and 3. This one, not really. I was kind of disappointed. I just feel like this basically just rehashed everything that's happened so far in a slightly different order. So yeah, this one just didn't add anything to it for me. And like I knew it was already slow burn because I had read kind of up to this point, like where this one kind of like started. I'd read up to here on Webtoon already. So I knew it was slow, but I'm like, for the love of God, please let something happen, because I was bored. And yeah, honestly, I'm disappointed because I really did not enjoy this one. I really hope that I enjoy the next one. If it's more of the same, like I don't know if I can be bothered. What else have we got here? These ones are all kind of random ones. This is Vista Chinesa by Tatiana Salem Levy, and it's translated by Alison Entrekin, perhaps. Entrekin, I'm not sure. This was part of the Amplify Bookstore Discovery Pack for December. Anyway, it was the most recent one, and I think it's South America. This one is set in Brazil during the World Cup in 2014. It is intense. It is about assault and the aftermaths of that. This isn't one that I picked. I missed the boat on picking this round, so I'm not sure about this one, but I think it will be a good read, but it's not something I necessarily would have picked for myself because that's not really a topic I like to read about, understandably. So yeah, we'll see. I think a lot of reviews say it's like beautifully written, and I wanted to read more translated fiction. I say that every year. So here's something. Okay, another one that was, I believe, translated, maybe? This is All Our Yesterdays by Natalia Ginsberg, who is a reasonably famous Italian author, and I have kind of kept my eye on her for a little while. I was really interested in reading something by her, but I just hadn't gotten around to anything. I saw this in the bookstore that I happened to be in that week, and I was in one of those moods where I just really wanted a book, and the book that I kind of wanted they didn't have, and I saw this one and I was like, I do actually really want something from her, and this was the one that was most interesting to me at the time. This one I am going to keep for Eurovision-a-thon, which is April, May, so it's not going to stay on my shelves for too long. It is quite big, but I'm excited to give it a go. And then I bought this one over the weekend. This is the Treehouse Library, which is book 5 in the Pages & Co series by Anna James. I just talked about this series in my, and actually a few of these, in my video the other week about authors who let me down and ones who didn't, and Anna James was one of the ones who didn't. At the time I was like, oh, it's been a while. Like when I was editing the video, I was like, it's been a while since there was a Pages & Co book. So I looked it up, and this one had come out in October, and I just completely missed it. So I was in Demix again over the weekend, and I was like, I went and checked for it. They had one copy, and I was like, I'm gonna grab that because I love this series so much, and I will read this early in the year because I'm so excited for it. And then finally, for the fiction section, this is one that I bought secondhand. This is All the Tears in China, Sulari Gentle. This is part of the Roland Sinclair series. I don't even remember which one this is. I feel like it's like book 9 or something. It's late in the series. But I have been reading this series since I read the first one in November, October, something like that. And I really enjoyed it. I am on book 3 right now, and I've just been borrowing them from the library, apart from the first one. But I saw this one for a few dollars, and I was like, I really want it. Like, I love this series. I haven't seen them in any bookstores. I don't know why. They're just not there, even though Sulari Gentle is I think she lives in Canberra, so like not even that far from us. But I'm loving this series so much, so I'm excited to get to this one when I do. So that is the fiction, and let's move on to the non-fiction. Okay, so let's start with these two here. These two also came from an Amplify Discovery pack. This one here is Saigon by Tran? I'm not sure. It's like, it's got an A, but there's like a circle around it. I don't know. Oh, yes, Tran. This was for, I think it was for America, like North America. Anyway, haven't read this yet. We'll get to it at some point. And then the one I had most recently, along with the Vista Chinesa, was In the Shadow of the Mountain by Sylvia Vasquez Lovato. Like I said, I missed the boat on picking these ones. So I think if I'd seen this one on the list, I wouldn't have picked it. It is a, is it a memoir? I guess. This is, she is one of the first women to climb Everest, I think. Like I said, I wouldn't have picked this, but it does sound fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to it, actually. And yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna have the time to read it, but I think I'll make time for it. It sounds interesting, and I'm excited to read it. Another one I bought ages and ages ago. This is Tragedy, The Greeks and Us by Simon Critchley. This one was on sale at Readings. It was $20, I think, normally for a hardback. I can't get that off. This would probably have been like $45, honestly. This one was already on my wish list, so I saw it there and I was like, I'm gonna grab that because I want to read that, and it's on my wish list. I haven't seen it that cheap. I'll get it, and still need to read it, but that's fine. I feel like maybe I could sneak this one into Eurovision-a-thon as well. Okay, so These ones I all got secondhand. These first two I got from a little free library. My partner and I went to one. Actually, there's a couple near my house that are like, there's three in like the streets that like back onto each other. So we've been to those a few times, and I dropped some things off, and I got these two. I think that was everything. That the idea is to share these with my partner anyway. But I got Scotland, A History from Earliest Times by Alistair Moffat. I did start reading this one. I got 60 pages in. It's really interesting so far. It is really talking about earliest times. There was a lot about like land formation and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, cool. I don't understand this, but that's fine. I did really enjoy those 60 pages. So I will be continuing this. I do have a plan for this book and also for the Scottish Enlightenment, which is by Arthur Herman. So I have an idea for something I may do with these two. These came from the same little free library. There was like maybe 5 or 6 books about Scotland in there, and Fletchy wants to come up, and these were the ones that were most interesting to me, because I realized I don't really know a whole lot about. Oh my god, why you do that way? You're so silly. I don't really know a lot about Scottish history, so thought I would learn some stuff. I do know that my family, way back when, in like, I don't know, the 1700s, on one side of my family, actually I think maybe even on multiple sides, were from Scotland originally, so that's kind of cool. And so, yeah, you'll see a video about this, I think probably like February, March, maybe even later. We'll see. You know, when you start BookTube, no one tells you that one of the biggest problems you're going to have is cats. Hey? No one tells you that, Fletchy. No one. Okay, we're just going to keep going because he won't move. Okay, this one is How Many More Women, exposing how the law silences women, by Jennifer Robinson and Kina Yoshida. This is a relatively new release. I had borrowed it from the library, and then I saw this one for a few dollars. Oh my god. So yeah, I saw it for a few dollars secondhand, and was like, I knew I wouldn't be able to renew the library book, and also my partner wanted to read it, so I thought that I would buy this and then I'll read it and then I will pass it on to him, and then I guess we'll just decide. I don't know. It'll either come back to mine, or honestly by the time we read it we may have just collated our book collection. So there's that. And then finally I got Motherless Daughters by Hope Elderman. This is a book about what it's like to lose your mum, basically. I have talked about multiple times, and I feel like a lot recently, that my mum passed away when I was 19. So a few years ago now, and this is actually a book that has been suggested to me by a couple of therapists that I've seen and other specialists and stuff like that. And yeah, I saw it for a few dollars again in a op shop, and I thought to myself that I would get it. I still struggle a lot with my grief for my mum. It's it's been like 8 years and I still have a really hard time with it. So I thought that it's really hard to talk about serious things when your cat's fur is in the corner. Okay, I want to really prioritize myself and my health and my mental health in 2023. That's something that, I don't know, kind of takes a bit of, gets put a little bit on the back burner, often because of my diabetes, because that takes over my entire life, and all the other kind of health issues that I have kind of fall a little by the wayside, because I have to, you don't get a break from being diabetic. It is 24/7, and things are a little easier now. I have this thing on my arm that I've had a few times, and all that. So I thought that this would be a good book for 2023 to read and sort of talk about with my partner, and who is just like endlessly supportive, and my brother, and probably a therapist or two as well. So yeah, I wanted to give this a go and see if it helped me at all. And on that note, that's the end of today's haul. I'm sorry we ended on a little bit of an emotional moment, but there we are. I hope you enjoyed Fletchy showing you his fur during that. And yeah, honestly, this is a lot, but it is end of October until now, and before that as well. So I don't feel too bad about having this kind of big haul for the end of the year, that I have now shown everything that I have and all that good stuff. So that's it. Next video, and my last video for the year, will be my entire TBR, and I am about to go and film one section of that. So wish me luck on that one, and I will see you all then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.